For centuries, the narrative was etched in stone. Christopher Columbus, 1492, the audacious explorer who discovered the Americas. A turning point in history, a gateway to a new world. But what if that story, while pivotal, wasn't the whole truth? What if almost 500 years earlier, long before Spanish caravels touched Caribbean shores, another people, driven by an insatiable hunger for the unknown, had already braved the tempestuous North Atlantic, planting their footsteps on an entirely new continent? This is the epic tale of the Vikings, the legendary Norse seafarers whose sagas speak of a fabled land called Vinland, a story of discovery shrouded in mist and ice, waiting to be unveiled. Imagine the desolate, yet breathtaking, landscape of 9th century Scandinavia. A world carved by glaciers, dominated by deep fjords and dense forests, where brutal winters tested the limits of human endurance. This harsh environment, coupled with burgeoning populations and the desire for new trading routes and resources, forged a people unlike any other, the Vikings. They were not just raiders, but also master farmers, artisans, and, most importantly, unparalleled seafarers. From their sagas, we glean tales of a relentless westward gaze, a destiny written not on land, but across the vast, formidable ocean. Their ambition transcended the known horizons, driven by a spirit of exploration that defied the very limits of their age. At the heart of Viking prowess lay their most revolutionary invention, the longship. More than mere vessels, these wooden wonders were engineering marvels of their time, perfectly adapted for both shallow coastal raids and long-distance ocean voyages. With their shallow draft, they could navigate rivers far inland, yet their sturdy, flexible construction and large square sails allowed them to effortlessly cleave through the swells of the open Atlantic. Each sleek hull, often adorned with a carved dragon's head, represented a pinnacle of shipbuilding, enabling astonishing speeds and carrying capacities for both warriors and settlers. This mastery of naval architecture wasn't just about travel. It was about transforming the world, opening up new possibilities for exploration that others could only dream of. The Norse push west was a methodical, generational expansion, not a single leap. By the late 9th century, Vikings had begun colonizing Iceland, an isolated but surprisingly fertile volcanic island in the North Atlantic. This monumental feat of navigation proved their ability to establish self-sufficient communities far from home. Then, around 982 CE, the legendary Eric the Red, exiled from Iceland, sailed further west. He discovered a massive, predominantly ice-covered landmass, shrewdly naming it Greenland to entice future settlers. These two harsh outposts became crucial stepping stones, demonstrating the Vikings' unparalleled oceanic navigation skills and their unwavering resolve to expand their world, preparing them for an even grander journey into the complete unknown. The stage for America's earliest European sighting was set in 986 CE. Bjarni Herjolfsson, a seasoned merchant captain, embarked from Iceland, intending to join his father in Greenland. However, a fierce, relentless storm and days of dense fog pushed his ship far off course, sending him blindly into the vast, uncharted Western Sea. When the weather finally cleared, Bjarni and his crew were astounded to see unfamiliar lands, not the mountainous, glaciated coast of Greenland, but low-lying shores thickly covered in forests. Though he chose not to land, driven by his duty to find his family, Bjarni had undeniably become the first known European to sight the continent of North America, an accidental revelation that would echo through the Norse sagas. Bjarni's incredible tale of mysterious forested lands ignited a spark of intense curiosity and ambition in Greenland, particularly within Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red. Leif, a pragmatic leader and daring explorer, was captivated by the prospect of these fertile new territories. Driven by an insatiable hunger for new resources and glory, he acquired Bjarni's ship and meticulously prepared for an expedition. Unlike Bjarni's accidental drift, Leif's voyage, around 1000 CE, was a deliberate, calculated quest to find and explore the western lands. His meticulous planning and courageous spirit set the stage for one of history's most significant, yet long forgotten, voyages of discovery, forever etching his name into the annals of exploration. Leif Erikson and his intrepid crew, numbering around 35, set sail from Greenland, following Bjarne's reverse course into the formidable North Atlantic. Their first landfall was a stark, barren wilderness of flat, rocky slabs and glaciers. Leif aptly named it Helgeland, Flatstone Land, now widely believed to be Baffin Island. Continuing southward, they soon encountered a dramatic contrast, a heavily forested coastline with long, white sandy beaches. This land, rich in timber resources, was dubbed Markland, forest land, corresponding to modern-day Labrador. While both offered resources, neither matched the promising tales of a milder, more bountiful land they envisioned, compelling them further south into the profound mystery of the unknown continent. Finally, after days of sailing, Leif Erikson and his crew arrived at a land of astonishing abundance. A climate far milder than Greenland's, rivers teeming with salmon, and, most famously, wild grapes growing in profusion. This verdant paradise Leif named Vinland, Wineland. It was the ultimate prize, a land that offered everything their harsh homelands lacked. For centuries, the sagas of Vinland were dismissed as myth, but in 1960, a remarkable discovery at Lance aux Meadows, Newfoundland, unearthed undeniable proof. The remains of distinct Norse longhouses, workshops, and artifacts. This archaeological revelation corroborated the ancient tales, confirming Vinland as the first known European settlement in North America, predating Columbus by half a millennium. The Norse settlement at Lance aux Meadows was not a permanent colony, but rather a base camp, likely a wintering station and a strategic point for exploring and gathering resources. The archaeological findings reveal structures for living, ironworking, and boat repair, crucial for survival in this new world. The Vikings capitalized on Vinland's rich timber for shipbuilding, essential for their return journeys, and harvested the abundant berries and wild grapes that gave the land its name. This outpost, though temporary, represented a remarkable achievement, a short-lived but tangible presence of Europeans on North American soil, a testament to their adaptability and determination to exploit new frontiers. The Norse were not alone in Vinland. The sagas vividly recount their encounters with the indigenous peoples, whom they called Skrælings. These interactions were complex, beginning with attempts at trade, where the Vikings bartered red cloth for furs. However, cultural differences and fear soon escalated into inevitable conflict. The Skrælings, likely ancestors of the Beothuk or other First Nations, were numerous and well-adapted to the land, their stone and bone weaponry proving effective against the Norse. Though the Vikings possessed superior iron tools and weapons, they were vastly outnumbered, facing an unrelenting, organized resistance that ultimately threatened their foothold in the New World. Despite Vinland's apparent promise, the Norse settlement was ultimately short-lived, lasting perhaps only a few years. Several factors contributed to its eventual abandonment. The immense distance from Greenland and Iceland made resupply and reinforcement arduous and dangerous. More critically, the continuous, often violent, confrontations with the indigenous Skrælings presented an insurmountable obstacle. The Norse, though formidable warriors, lacked the numbers to establish a permanent presence against a resilient native population defending their ancestral lands. Internal feuds and leadership challenges also played a role. Vinland, for all its bounty, became a dream deferred, its fleeting promise swallowed by the vastness of the New World and the challenges it presented. The story of Vinland is more than just an ancient tale of exploration. It is a profound testament to human ambition, resilience, and the enduring quest for discovery. Long before the age of sail truly dawned, the Vikings, in their magnificent longships, pushed the boundaries of the known world, facing unimaginable perils to touch the shores of a continent that would lie undiscovered for another 500 years. Their journey reminds us that history is a tapestry woven with many threads, often hidden from view, waiting for us to uncover the forgotten narratives of those who dared to dream beyond the horizon. The whispers of Vinland echo still, a chilling reminder of courage in the face of the unknown.